Yo, 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 who we got here? Tito, Riley, TJ, Clinton, Blade Charge. Good to see everybody. Blade Charge in the building. Good to see y'all. Let me know you guys can hear me okay. We're going to go outside. I got my plants today. Probably won't put them in till tomorrow. There might be some frost tonight. So let's go outside and check it out. Ended up being a pretty cool day. You can hear me, cool. So I went and got my plants today. Normally wait till closer to the end of the month. We got some nice plants here to go in, herbs, plants, and I'm going to go over everything that I got here in a second. Just give you a quick tour of the garden and the whole setup one more time. Go ahead and share this out if you can. Hit the like button. Let me know what's going down out there. Spread the word for me. Come over and check out the grapevine while the sun's hitting it nice. And you can see pretty close. We have some grapes already coming through. Little bundles of grapes there. Sabries in the house. So the grapevine coming along good. Tried not to trim it too bad from last year because it just grows and grows all the way down that pole. So the grapevine's starting off good. We had to plant some grass over here, all this fake turf. Had to put a drain in the fire pit. Planting some grass right here. And now let's take a look at how the onions are doing. We planted over 100 onions a couple weeks ago. Sticking up, they're getting better. Now I'll be picking some of those to plant some plants as well. Styles is in the building. Good to see you, Styles. So we have a bunch more onions here and a bunch more onions here. We'll be making some room for the other plants in these garden beds. Not a lot of plants this year as compared to last year. There you got shadow cam. You can see my shadow. Now something here, took some corrugated pipe, plastic, cut it into parts to make little planters all the way up here. These are going to be marigolds. All the way up the side. House of X is in the house. Good to see you. House of X in the building. So all those little holes already have marigold seeds in there, but none of them are growing. So I did buy a bunch of marigolds. We'll see those here shortly. This is what we got going so far. Onions, 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 and more onions. Harley Davidson, good to see you, my friend. Might actually throw a couple things in the ground here today. Who knows? There's my little sage plant. I found a pineapple sage plant that I'm gonna plant this year. See, could probably put that on the porch. Here's where the clematis climbing up the side here, a lot better this year. Did a little landscaping, put some rocks and a divider back there so it grows a little better. This is lemon thyme, and look at that oregano. 3 years now this oregano has been growing and I haven't had to replace it. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. He's looking rough. And more lemon thyme. These planters here will have cilantro and we'll have parsley. And there's Monstar. Good to see you, Sean. This clematis is really working well. Last year, it barely got a foot off the ground. And now what I wanted to do is cover this entire trellis and cover that entire trellis too. And our lovely little bird bath. Got some dirt ready. Quiz of the day, quiz of the day. Anybody tell me what this is? Not you, Sean. Anybody else tell me what plant this is? Also made it through the winter. I don't know how much longer it's gonna stay though. So there's your tour of what's going down right now. And here is our wonderful haul of herbs, vegetables, plants, etc. What we're gonna do is show off all the new plants one by one. Good to see everybody. Monstar in the house. Good to see everybody hanging out. Let's go ahead and prop this up. we're going to take a look at some of the plants. So the first thing we have is an entire flat of marigolds. These are all marigolds. These will be planted in those little holes that I showed you. And they'll come up just like this. Leo's in the house. So we got yellow marigolds. Never really dabbled in flowers that much till a couple years ago. Keeps the critters away. Plus it looks pretty nice. So we'll have black and gold going up the side there. All the marigolds. Sooner or later we'll show you. We'll be all along that line there where those white rocks are. So we got marigolds up in here. This plant I'm going to try to keep inside. I had an aloe vera plant last year and my cat kept digging it up. So we're going to try to put that somewhere where the cats can't get to it. These are cherry tomatoes. There's Jay Vultures. These are little cherry tomatoes. These are sweet banana peppers. So we'll have some sweet banana peppers, not too many. Demon Joker's in the house, good to see you. So we got sweet banana peppers that'll go out there. Some regular bell peppers. These would be some better bell sweet peppers, green peppers. One of my favorites, Kohlrabi, which is like, I like to call them the combination of like an apple and cabbage, a cabbage apple maybe. They are delicious. And we have a bunch more of those. Kohlrabi, Kohlrabi, Kohlrabi. We're gonna try some cucumbers. I'm gonna put a trellis up, see how it grows. We do have cucumber, some regular old cucumber, and if they don't grow big, they'll be pickles. So we're gonna try some cucumber. Sweet banana peppers. Yeah, I like to stuff them with sausage, mild sausage, because I can't eat hot stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Let's get into the herbage. Cilantro. So we have cilantro I like to cook with, and the seed is actually coriander that you can also cook with. That'll go in one of those whiskey barrel planters over there. There's the rest of the cilantro. We talked about cilantro before. Some people love it, some people hate it. I actually bought a bunch of cilantro. So cilantro will go in 2 of the buckets. The other 2 buckets will be parsley. Got some regular parsley here that I'll put. Nice for garnish, nice. To make my allspice, which I put, basically this is my main ingredient, basil. So I'll grow a bunch of basil, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 12 basil plants. So we're getting basil in the ground here also. I'll probably put those in planters on the porch and in the garden. And here's the new thing I was talking about. See how this turns out. Pineapple sage. It does say that it attracts butterflies, so I might actually put this one down near the garden. See if I can get some butterfly activity down here, because if I put it on the porch, might not get very many butterflies. But we have sage as well. So we have a bunch of herbs that are going to go in the ground. All these herbs will go over in the herb garden. All the vegetables. Along with the kohlrabi, which you can actually put the kohlrabi around different plants as it grows. The bell peppers and our banana peppers. Cherry tomatoes, probably put a trellis near those because they'll grow up and just have little grape-like cherry tomatoes, smaller tomatoes, which are nice to just kind of munch on and eat every once in a while. So marigolds will go along that side, will all be marigolds. I was told to kind of rotate the crops each year. So I did have tomatoes here this year, so I'm gonna put the tomatoes in the second one, peppers in this one, which is opposite of last year. And then in the bottom one down there, I'll grow a cucumber near the back end side so it grows up along that fence. So we'll put the cucumber, some kohlrabi back there as well. Like I said, the first thing I'll have to do is kind of pick some of these onions out. Not too many of them are really ready to go. You can see some of them getting there, getting taller, not thick enough. You'll see more white at the bottom when they're ready to go. Picking out weeds as we go as well, because all this extra crap is starting to grow. I use preen to try to keep some of the weeds out. As you see, the onion's doing pretty good. Should be a little bigger than that, but here we have a little wash away with some shit growing in between our plants, and we gotta weed them out. Didn't really put it, there's an onion that died, so we lost an onion here. And it looks like we may have lost an onion right there, but that's why I plant over 100 onions. This is what they all should look like, actually. They should all start looking like this one. And these are gonna grow tall and long, and we're gonna cut off the white bottoms and make onion powder, white onion powder. And then we'll use the tops that are good to make green onion powder as well. R.I.P. that onion. That's right, I don't have my button, so I'd go wah, 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 wah. So one onion, couple onions bit to dust. You can see where the water flow is coming down, so I keep an eye on that to make sure I have proper drainage. You can see a lot of it collecting down there, but that's why I do have a drain built here to catch a lot of the overflow. And more onions here. It looks like we lost 1, 2 onions here. Maybe a third one up there. All in all, doing pretty well so far. I was hoping that some of these would sprout up, but like you see, nothing coming out of these yet. Better look at where I'm going to put all the marigolds. All the way up the side. Little sage keeping the demons out right there. Ah! And I'm curious about that pineapple sage as well. So over here, all the plants that we got, probably put cilantro and parsley. Cilantro and parsley. That's it, people. Just wanted to give you a quick update. Show you everything I have here. Just go over it one more time. Banana peppers, cherry tomatoes, and aloe vera plant. We're going to try cucumber. They don't do very well. Maybe some salsa this year. I used to make pretty much like a pico de gallo type of salsa. British Gamer, what's happening, Dylan Travis? A lot of cilantro. That stuff actually seeds and replants itself. Parsley and a ton of basil. And then, like I said earlier, one of my favorites is kohlrabi. So those get about the size of a softball. Chop them up, eat them raw with salt. Or use them in, I made actually coleslaw with it before, because it's just like a cabbage, like the head of a cabbage. There's our haul for this year. Soap plant, yeah, that is the one that tastes like soap to some people. But this is all going to go into the ground. Probably keep it inside tonight. We might get a frost. A little cardinal over there, no, a little bird. Not a cardinal. But I'll have to trim these big monsters soon too. That one and that one, kind of round them off. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, softballs are, well, bigger than a baseball. That's what I meant to say. Just to let you know about what size they should be when you pick them. Once again, I'm trying to plant some grass over here. Little spots that did not grow. We'll see how that turns out. And the fire pit, yeah, I had a little problem with the drainage there, so I built a drain in the fire pit to drain out into the yard. Maybe even add a little more. Here's our little groundhog. Lives over here in this hole. See if I can see him. You in there? You in there? Might be a dead one in there since there's. Oh, I'm live. Grass cut for once this year. They cut their grass like 2 times a year. And before we go, let's take a walk to the woods. Show you what's going on down here. Some wildflowers growing back here. Everything's starting to fill in. Look at these suckers growing. These onions were just inside of the dirt that I transplanted down here as I moved stuff. And you see I'm kind of working on some stuff here. We got some, this used to have flowers on it. And the glorious woods. So I do live in the city, but it's also like living in the mountains as well. And clearing out some area down there, you can see the bald spots. Maybe build some houses back there, who knows. The neighbor used to have a tree house over there. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Tea bash. What's tea bash? The garden. Machete get me singing some Guns N' Roses. I don't know what a tea bash is. What's a tea bash here, Leo? We'll head up and we'll get one more tour of where everything will go, and then I don't know if I'll go live when I plant or not. Tea bush. You know, I don't have a tea bush, although I love tea, and that's how I use a lot of this stuff. I used to go grow garlic and ginger. Tried to go grow garlic and ginger last year. Didn't work out that well. Lamario Owens is in the house. Good to see you. This is the garden. Right now, just full of onions. Over 100 onions there. We'll start to pick those out, dry them out for onion powder. We'll put flowers all the way down here. Thank you so much, Lamario. This was all just grass. If you go to my playlist, anyone name this plant? I don't know. It's a rosemary plant if anyone didn't get it. The rock garden, one of my favorite spots. Bought some really nice lucky stones, we call them, the smooth stones here, and we have the clematis over here, which I talked about earlier. If you're just joining, I'm not big in flowers, but this is Savvy in the building. Cannabis, clematis, no, just Carnaby. But what I wanted was cover. So I wanted that to cover up the view to the pool, and that to cover up the view to their house. But basically, when I moved here, this was all grass. MSW's in the house, so this was all grass. I had the driveway put in. It's like a hoop a little bit. My grandmother, who passed away a couple years ago, was definitely my inspiration for the grapevine, which is over there growing already. A friend of mine got his backyard for his dog, artificial turf, and he had extra, so he actually gave it to me. So that's like $1,000 worth of material there, at least, that he handed over to me. And I couldn't grow grass there, so now all I do is spray it. Yeah, weed is legal. I'm running to you in the grass. Oh, Savvy, I'm running to you too. This is my little oasis. What'd you say? It's always sad when you lose someone in your family. Yeah, well, she was a wonderful person. She always had a huge garden, and she's my inspiration to start to plant and grow food. I used to have to cut her grass, which is a huge yard. Well, I thought it was huge when I was younger. But she had a big grapevine with seedless grapes in it, so I'd sit there and just eat grapes for a while I'm taking a break. So I always thought I could be nice to have one here and remember her as well. And as I showed you guys before, I don't know if you could see it. See if we could zoom in on some. There you go. Some grapes already starting to grow. The little bundles of grapes that'll grow. Now the bugs and the birds get at this stuff. I already see some spider webs. It's got to be maintained. Gelato. Oh, happy birthday, Savvy. That's right. You're like 21 years old today. Happy birthday, Savvy. Happy birthday to you. I'm not singing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to the Savvy one. IW's in the house. So the idea behind this is not to trim it real short, because you see it starts growing off of the dead parts, like right there. Big happy birthday to Savvy. And I'll send you some wine when I finish my wine from my grapevine. But here's a perfect example. See this one back here, kind of getting away. You want to train them to come in, and I want them to grow all along this. Savvy, did you get a PS5 for your birthday? I know you've been waiting for that. Still no groundhog over there. We'll do some fire pit action here. I know he's older than 21. I was joking, Joker. You joker. Just one last time, we got our haul here. Mostly herbs. So the herb garden has taken over as the main spot now in all the planters. I will put some of the basil. This basil I will put up on the porch. So I can just pick some basil right up there when it grows. Doesn't grow as good on the porch as it does down here. And I have to find a spot for this aloe vera plant where my cats can't dig it up. Kohlrabi, peppers, some tomatoes, banana peppers, cucumbers. That's all the vegetables this year, not going with a lot. And then cilantro, parsley, basil, pineapple sage. I'm really interested in to see how that comes out. It smells really good, but I'm hoping it really spreads out there so it smells really well. But the next time we come live, I'll be putting plants in those. Maybe Saturday, I'm not sure. Tonight there's supposed to be a little possible frost, and we'll put all these inside for one night. And these are all the marigolds. So beautify it one more time just to go over. There's the marigolds. It'll go all along that line right there in those little holes. Keeps the critters away. Also brings some bees, hopefully some butterflies as well. All right, we got onions right now. That's about it. We're gonna hope to grow some grass. Plant all these over the weekend. Get a head start on our planning for the season. Someone's making a cameo. Hi, kitty. What's up, kitty? That's Parker. Say hi, Parker. Say hi to everybody. Always a kitty making a cameo here. What you doing, Parker? You ain't allowed out here. What are you doing? He wants some TV time. You see you through the screen. Luckily, these cats don't realize that they can just push this door open and run away. There's one kitten. What are you looking out here for, like you're gonna come out here? There's probably more waiting around here. Oh, gotta show off the drums. Drum monkey, wherever you're at, my friend, this is where we're gonna have the first jam session. See if we can get our lights going. Ooh. Company. So we'll be jamming on the drums here soon. Someday when we get a little drum monkey and maybe Super Nacho playing the bass. You like that White Zombie poster? Old friend gave me that. My DJ table here. I got a keyboard, old record players. This is where my band used to practice. Still got my drums set up. And someday we'll do a little jam session on it. I don't know how loud they are. I guess we can give a test. And we've got a cowbell. Who needs cowbell? Oh, he wants a drum battle. You're a classically trained vocalist. Oh boy. Hey now. We know you got 1,000 different personas. But there's the old drum set. We'll be jamming on that. I got to hook up the electronic drum set there to finish it all in there. And there you go. Oh, of course you need more cowbell. So we'll be rocking the drums here someday. I do have my drum monkey here. And the band I was in was called Monkey Wrench, so yeah. Here we go. One last look at the garden before we head out of here and say goodbye for now. And see you soon. The door was open. Hope the cats didn't get out. There you have it, ladies and germinals. my little oasis here in the backyard. Grapevine, fire pit, shed. And this was all grass when I got here, piece by piece, landscape, hardscape, I guess they call it. You got a fever for some cowbell. Hell yeah, I gotta have a cowbell. But we will be filling in the plants here in the next few days. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what I collected at the different places tonight. Oh, Demon Joker plays some guitar too. What I want to try to do is probably on StreamYards. Since I do have the free StreamYards, we can kind of hook up a couple people and play some Pac-Man Fever. I always wanted an old arcade game or a pinball machine in my basement. It's one thing. Shifty's in the building. Shifty, we were showing off my little garden haul here. Herbs, vegetables. One little plant for aloe vera for when I burn myself. Good to see you, Shifty. Stopping by. Thanks for stopping in. And these will all go right along the side there. Well, not a lot of veggies. We got it. You can see all the onions in the 3 planting areas right now. The cucumbers, I really wish I could grow zucchini better, but even my neighbor's garden couldn't grow very good zucchini. Wally's in the building. No Rex. It's my favorite area right over there, and I know it's kind of morbid, but this is where I'll be burying my cats when they pass away. My first cat, Blaze, will probably go right there in front of that clematis. Parker. Hopefully I don't have to do this in a long, long time. We'll be burying her right there, and then the baby, I don't know where we'll bury them, but definitely put them in this garden whenever they go away. They are just animals, but they are therapeutic animals. Rosemary, good old rosemary, not to be confused with Mary Jane. Can't grow that. Don't need to, just go to the dispensary. Onions like crazy. We'll be moving those onions around. See, those you can transplant too. So if I decide to put, like I said, peppers are going in this one this year, tomatoes in the second one, and the cucumbers, kohlrabi, will go in the last one, and keep the onions. It's like last year, tomatoes were here, peppers were there. So I've been told to flip-flop it. Jamar Games is in the house. Good to see you, Jamar. We're coming up on a half an hour. I just wanted to show everybody what I got. You can rewind and watch what I got, love you, what I got. Speaking of my grandmother, this is a lovely garden butterfly that she left me, as well as little duckies and the bridge. See, I don't have a lot of girly little weird stuff, but when my grandma passed, I did get to take some of her stuff. And this is my little remembrance of my grandmother's garden. A couple years before she passed, I would go over and help her take care of her garden and her flower bed in the front of her house. She was a great woman. Inspired me to do this garden stuff, and it is very relaxing, therapeutic to come out here and just sit and play in the dirt. Like I said, I'll be playing in the dirt here very soon. And I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Tomorrow I'll be live around 8 p.m. Eastern for the first round in the Stable Wars. A little wrestling, back at it. I'm gonna watch some tonight. So I appreciate y'all. If you're watching this on a replay, please leave me a comment so I know you stopped by. Drop a thumbs up. Garden Stream, number 2 for the year in the books. I want to thank each and every one of you guys and gals for stopping out here tonight, just to check out what I got going on in the garden. And that's it for tonight. We'll be putting those in the ground soon and get this thing rocking. See what dies, see what grows. That's the process of elimination. Everything doesn't always live. We got to deal with losing some plants, moving them around, and hoping we get a good yield this year. Maybe I'll make some salsa again. I haven't made salsa in a while because I can't eat anything really spicy, so and raw vegetables aren't really good for me. So I'm thinking about trying to make a salsa though this year for a change. That's it for now, guys. Stay tuned to Blaze Radio, and the rookie seasoned gardener will return soon as we play some dirt, put them in the ground, and hope we get a good harvest this year. I'll give you updates along throughout the summer on how everything's growing, how most things will be dying, and we'll be moving along. I'll show you the process of how I also dry out a lot of the herbs and the onion to make powder, and I also make my own allspice with the basil, oregano, etc., etc. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The garden for 2021. We'll get all these plants in very soon. We'll be improving this part, my favorite part, the rock garden, the herb garden, the Zen garden, if you will. And I'll see you guys around very soon. Stay tuned. Peace. I'm out of here. And thank you.